You must paint me shoes, or you will die.
Marko, he is so sexy and amazing.
Was that nice? Was that good? I just got Vecna. Alright guys, I guess I gotta make custom shoes for Vecna now. Pass the shoes. I'm gonna make these custom Stranger Things themed shoes. I'm actually excited. I love this show. This last season was so good and I'm just so excited to make these shoes now. So step 1, take off the laces off the shoes. Step 2, tape off the sole so it stays white throughout the whole video. It has to stay clean. Step 3, acetone the shoes so we can start painting it. Step 4, cut off the Nike swoosh. I'm gonna end up making my own later and putting it back on, but the one they made sucks. This one sucks. Step 5, subscribe. That one's for you guys, not for me. I hate myself actually. Okay. Alright, step 5, paint the shoe. By the way, if you watch Stranger Things, the shoe hopefully is gonna look awesome to you. And if you don't watch Stranger Things, I probably look like an idiot in this video, but hopefully you still enjoy. Alright, so this is the shoe so far. On this black part, I'm gonna put the Stranger Things logo. Also, you can tell it's not really clean. The black isn't perfect, but I'll show you why it doesn't matter in a second. But I wanna put the logo right here. Alright, Stranger Things logo on the shoe. Now, the next step, I got this fabric that I'm gonna put on the shoe. It's like this white stitched fabric. I'm gonna burn it and then put it on the shoe. So the Stranger Things logo is like popping through the burn hole. Alright, so I made these holes in the paper. The logo's gonna show through right there. Nice. Now, I'm gonna dye this in coffee so it looks like aged. I'm gonna put this inside the coffee maker and just let the coffee drip on there and then like it'll dye it on its own. Alright, so now that I got my fabric dyed brown, it looks nice and aged. I'm gonna put it over the Stranger Things logo so the logo shows through the burn hole. To make it look the best, I'm gonna cut all the stitching around the box where it says Stranger Things so I can tuck all my fabric under it and then stitch it back together after. Alright, next panel I'm gonna do is this back part right here. I'm gonna try to make that part look like the wall in Stranger Things where they have like all the letters and the lights. I also wanna make it have like actual working little lights in there. I feel like that would be awesome. First of all, I need to start and make this thing look like the wallpaper that she wrote on. Alright, so the wallpaper in the show had like a flower theme on it. I'm gonna paint on this little piece of fabric a flower, and then I'm gonna stamp it all over the shoe to make it look like an old aged wallpaper. I'm gonna put a thin coat of the tan over this red so it has like a tan tint so it looks old. After I got the wallpaper look done, in the show she writes the whole alphabet over the wallpaper so she can talk to her son through the lights. I feel like that was a really big part of the show, so I want to put those letters over my wallpaper. So I painted the whole alphabet trying to make each letter look like it was actually painted, and then I painted all the little Christmas lights, and I wanted them to look like they were not lit up, so I mixed each color with a little bit of brown to make it look dim. And then on the toe box, I wanted to do the gate to the upside down. Alright, now for this part of the shoe, I'm gonna do the same like burn effect that I did here, but I'm doing the front here too. These are awesome so far. I cut all the stitchings around my painting, and then I got my same white fabric, cut out the right shape, and then drew exactly how I wanted the burn hole to look. And then I cut that out, burned all the edges, and then I put that in the coffee also, dyed it brown, and then tucked it under the toe box just like I did the other one. Alright, I got my sewing machine here. I'm gonna stitch back all the pieces that I ripped up to put this fabric under. I'm gonna just sew it all back down. The thread I use is white, so I have to go paint back over it with the same gray I used in the beginning. So it just looks like I never did anything. The last thing I needed to paint was the tongue of the shoe. I chose to do red on the tongue because I feel like that would tie the whole shoe together. I feel like in the show, red's a big color. It's even like the logo of the show. And that little bald bitch always gets some nosebleeds. And then lastly, I made the back tab brown. Okay, here's the shoe so far. We're almost done. I'm actually so excited. I have this brown leather that I got. It has like a pebble texture. And then I have the original swoosh. I'm gonna trace the original shape onto the new fabric. And then I'm gonna cut it out, but just with like a longer end. So this part is longer. And then I'm gonna put it on the shoe so it doesn't cover up any of the art I just did. Because if I just put this one back on, it's gonna cover the whole, it's gonna cover everything I did. So I'm back at the sewing machine, but I want it to go on the shoe kind of like right there. Also, if you notice when I painted this, I made sure not to acetone it. And I sprayed it with that orange paint over it like a light mist. My goal is that like when I put put it on the sewing machine. Some of this orange kind of flakes off and it has like a natural, like snake skin kind of look. And then the shoe's pretty much done. Sorry if I sound weird, I'm sick. You're probably confused because I still look just as sexy as normal, but I'm actually sick. I have like, I don't know what it is. Look how clean that is. I'm done. Oh, check out the shoe. This is like the Portal Stranger Things logo, Nike swoosh stitched on. It's kind of like going onto the sole. I think it's kind of cool. Got the alphabet wall. I tried putting in some real lights into this. Also, look at the swoosh. See how certain parts flaked off and it still has like kind of a design. Coffee dyed laces. Custom Stranger Things theme shoe.
Subscribe to Marko, he is so sexy and amazing.